If you're wanting to connect Claude to Airtable, an MCP server is not the best option. Instead, you're going to want to take a look at Scratch. This is a desktop app that actually downloads your Airtable content directly to your laptop so that Claude can work with them in the way that Claude knows best, which is files. Now, I've already downloaded Scratch and connected my Airtable base, and when I hit pull all, that just pulled all of the content from Airtable. So now everything that's here in my Airtable base is also here on my computer. And I can then open this in Claude. I like cowork. So I'm going to open it there, let Claude know where we're working, and then give Claude a quick prompt to start doing some work. Now I'm just doing a basic go through the title and the body fields, replace M dashes and colons, because that's kind of a fun AI cleanup one for anything from, earlier days, or maybe the Airtable AI messed up in your stuff. And so it's going to go through and explore that just to make sure it knows what it's working with. At this point, you could walk away, but we'll just watch it work so we know exactly what it's doing. It's going to make edits to the files on the computer. That's not going to change Airtable itself, and I'll show you that in a second. The only thing that will actually change Airtable is when I click publish. So essentially, Scratch gives AI the ability to do 99% of the work. It can read everything, it can write everything, but it can't actually do that last publishing step until you've had a chance to review it. Okay, schema is confirmed. Title and body live under fields. So now it's going to set up tracking and look at the first record. Now I'll work through each file. Okay, we should have our first edit here any second. And you don't have to do anything. Scratch will automatically watch the file system and pick up any edits as they're happening. No M dashes. There we go. We've got our first colon. So at this point, we don't have too many fields here. So we could just review in this view. But once you get a bunch, it's helpful to click Needs Review. That'll just chop it down to only the rows and columns that actually have edits. Let's look here what we've got. So there's a few different ways we can look at this. We can click on it and see, okay, approve, reject. We can also open it and view the actual character difference right here in a side-by-side view. Or we can do inline diff, which is a lot like the other one, but where we can click through the different ones that are out here. Same thing with approving. If we want to approve it here, we can. If we want to approve everything in this entire record, we can do that here. And even back out here. In the table view, we can hit approve right there. I'm going to just expand this a bit because we're working with titles. They're not too long. So we can see this one had a colon, that's gone, replaced with a hyphen. That's actually a good example of something that we're going to want to reject. This one is replaced with a hyphen as well. So let's just say hyphens don't count. Rewrite the titles. Right, because it really wasn't doing what we wanted. So let's reject that one and reject that one. And then let's take a look at the bodies of these while it works on those. So we're going to expand this down. Now I have this a little bit smaller so that you can see everything on the screen. Obviously, if you maximize the window, it's going to be a little bit easier to read in here. But we can quickly note that this was a removed character. This was an added character. This was a removed character. This was an added character. So instead of having to reread through this entire thing and try to play, spot the difference, we can just scroll and very quickly see, okay, 1 change, 2 change, perfect, looks good, accept, right? Let's do the same thing over here. All right, I can already see there's a change there. There was an M dash removed, replaced with a comma. Looks like it reads appropriately, so we'll approve that one. And let's see, are we working on that here? All right, there's the change, looks good. Nothing else there, we'll approve that one. Go back over here, see how Claude's doing. All right, looks like we've got some titles now that we can review. I'm gonna go back into this view, it's a little bit nicer. Perfect, that's what I'm looking for. All right, let's see what works. The best album reviews of 2024, much better. And then it looks like it's still doing some of the bodies. So let's go down to that one. There was an M dash, it's been removed. Wow, there were a lot in this one. Okay, we got those removed. That looks good. Approve that. How are we doing over here? Body title is clean. Body has 5 images fixing them. Let me check the current state. So I think we are about done. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, it's putting some spaces in. It accidentally removed the spaces as well. So it caught those and it's putting those in there for us. So that's good. And then let's see, we've got another one here. All right, so this one you can see has both the title and the body changes. and we can approve those one at a time. We don't have to just blindly approve everything, but if we do want to approve the whole thing, we can do that up here. Same thing with rejecting. All right, remote word gear. Yep, that looks good. Then again, removed, added. Everything else here looks good. Let's approve that. Another one's in here. Now you can see I'm just going through here and reviewing, and Scratch makes it so that I can actually review as fast or faster than the AI can be editing. That won't last forever, but right now it really does make it where I'm no longer the bottleneck, which is very unusual for AI in content work. All right, approve that one. And then come down here, M dash, and I should say I'm able to do this that effectively even while I'm talking to you and trying to explain this. All right, that one's good. Same thing here. Nothing but M dash is getting removed and replaced. So that's good. Let's see, 2 more and I think we're done. So looks good. And again, these are the kinds of changes that AI really is excellent at. You can't do that with just a find and replace because you have to add the A here and the 2 there in order to make it a natural sentence again. So kind of a perfect use case of AI for content stuff. And another thing to call out, obviously you can see gray dots for approved stuff, same as up here, blue dots for what needs reviewed. And then over here, it's also telling me which tables have that, just in case I had the AI working in some of my other apps. It could be working in Shopify right now, Webflow, WordPress. It can work across any of those all within Scratch directly. All right, last one here. Everything looks good. Let's approve. Head back over here. So now we have 11 approved changes across these files, and we're ready to publish them. So nothing else needs reviewed. We're good to go. We click publish, but before we do that, let's just come over here and let me show you. You can still see we've got the colons in here, and if we come into one of these, let's see which one has the M dash. One of these has a bunch of them. It's probably faster for me to actually come look at the changes over here. All right, what works in practice when building a second brain? So let's find that one. Building a second brain. There we go. So coming in here, you can see M dash there, M dash there. All right. Everything's been changed here in Scratch. Nothing has actually made it to Airtable. This is very, very key. Claude cannot actually touch Airtable directly, and that is what I love about this. All right, we're going to go ahead and publish now. And it shouldn't take long. Let's hit publish. And Airtable says that it's done. Let's head over there and see what we see. All right, what works in practice in building a second brain? That's been changed. And if we come in here, M dashes are gone. So there you go. If you want to connect Claude to Airtable or any of your other apps in 2026, I highly recommend you skip past the MCP server, go straight to a tool like Scratch, which gives you all of this and more directly in a very, very easy for AI to use way.